Welcome back, everybody. All right, I could put this out this morning because we went through everything last night. Just how profitable was the trading plan that I put together for gold? Um, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below on what you think. Um, so we went through the whole process with Edgeful, finding the statistics of what we need, the plan, the asset we needed with the best probabilities on a specific setup, which is the initial balance breakout. So we went back through the charts last night, this morning, and we traded it um, with $125 risk, looking for a $250 win, um, trading it with 1 micro. So a few notes on what I found. And you could go back and do this yourself. I went back over 30 days, 30 trading days, and what I found was majority of the time the stop loss was a little bit big. So basically, I've got to look and see if I can cut it in half and still be profitable, because that way then I can put on 2 micros and be taking a profit a little sooner. And that would also help because I found on a couple of days, you never reached full profit target. But if you used the extensions and the average move after breakout profit targets, that you could close those trades earlier for a profit. So if I can cut the stop loss down, add 2 micros or add a micro to be entering with 2 micros instead of just one, then I can be taking pretty much full profit targets at those levels, the deviation lines and the average extension after break. So I'm going to rerun those numbers again, and I'll do another video on those. But so what we basically found here is over 30 trading days, we had 19 wins, 7 losses. Okay, really good win rate there. Now, a couple of these wins, like I said, weren't full wins because they would have had to have been closed by the end of the day. But they never stopped out. So this number is going to be just a little bit higher than what I would expect, unless I can make those adjustments that I talked about. So the total profit was 4,750. The total loss was 875. The drawdown was non-applicable because we didn't take multiple days of losses. So the total on that over 30 trading days, profits minus losses would be $3,875. And again, that number is going to be a little bit lower. I would probably expect maybe somewhere between 32 and 3,500 on that number, just based off what I was looking at. I also noticed a bit of a trend in those 30 days that I wanted the initial balance to either break out before 11:30 or after 1:30 in the afternoon. A couple of them did break out at 1. That worked, but those that broke out during the lunch hour were not as successful. So that would be a part of my trading plan on this, is to make sure that I don't take a breakout really close to the lunch hour. 11:50, 11:55 might be stretching it. You obviously can try it, but those that broke out during the lunch hour to either side tended not to work, and could possibly get stopped out before moving to target. Those that break out in the morning session or in the afternoon session after 1:30 had better win rates. Okay. But I would recommend that you take that system 1 micro with your risk tolerance and your profit targets that you're looking for per trade, and go back through. Now, I did have to switch to a 5-minute chart just to go back that far, but all I was doing was taking the trade as soon as it broke the level. I wasn't taking anything else into consideration. So, but with that win rate and that kind of profit, I don't need to, right? Other than the time factor. Okay, we want time and price aligning. You want this breaking during between 10:30 and 11:30. Okay, into the London close, or you want it to be breaking after 1:30 and closing your trade before 4 o'clock. So those are the numbers. They're pretty promising. I will have gold up this morning on my charts. So we've put together what I feel is a solid plan. The numbers bear it out. Now, there are ways to manage this somewhat better. And again, gold is not the only asset I'm going to be trading. So if I don't get a full $250 win out of it, I'm okay with that. My platforms are set to lock me out at $300 of profit on every account. So if I'm trading YM, if I've got a trade on YM and I've got a trade on gold, I don't need to make $250 off each of them. I only need the combination to get me to $300 in profit for the day, and my platforms will close all my trades and lock me out for the day. So, and if you don't use that kind of risk management and you've been having trouble being successful, I would suggest looking into it and using that on your platforms. You can set it up in Tradovate, Ninja, Project X, which unless you're with Top Step, you won't be having Project X much longer. So yeah, definitely set that up. You know, don't get greedy. $300 a day makes it easy to take wins and not get a loss on the day. So I'm looking for $300 per day to get locked out on my accounts for wins, and my loss limit is $250. So that is 2 trades at $125 risk. If I don't get the first one right, I got to get real picky and get that second one right. A lot of times, if I lose the first one and I win the second one, I will call it a day, and that's going to be around $130, $140 in profit. You know, I won't reach the full 300, but I also don't want to be over trading. Okay, there's only a certain amount of time where the markets are going to move the way you want them to, with the volatility that you need to hit your profit targets. So don't get greedy. A green day is a green day. So I'm going to leave this here. We are coming into the 8 o'clock hour. So I will be on live streaming at 9 a.m. and looking to see what the open can bring us. So until then, stay blessed.